Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video, and welcome back to day 9 of our holiday special. And this one's going to be pretty cool. I am going to be working with a really tight and small area. I shouldn't say small because it's going to go across pretty far. I've been looking forward to doing something like this for a little bit, just because I don't really ever get to make what I'm going to make today. You probably saw it from the title. I'm making a little ice rink area. I feel like it's going to be really cute and definitely help fill in this area. I had to finish off this little pond. I only have a little bit of water left, so I didn't have to really terraform too much. And also, these Easter eggs I feel like are very underrated. I know turnips are by far the best thing that you can use, especially while you're building. But if you time travel a lot like me, it could be a pain in the butt because they spoil so fast. So I've been using a lot of these Easter eggs during this whole series, just so I don't have to really deal with finding Daisy May. Even though she's probably my favorite NPC, she is so cute. I really like seeing her. But all I have to do now is finish picking up. I only have this fossil and maybe something else, but I don't feel like there's that much left. And honestly, after this build here, the rest of the rest 3 days are going to be really big builds. This one is just going to help fill in the area and, I don't know, look really nice, and I feel like add to the city. So yeah, I started off by picking up the hedges here just because, like I've been doing everywhere, I'm going to be making a lot of hedges everywhere. So I'm going to be putting, that border down all along here, just to help cover it up some. And luckily for me, I had all the fences on me that I was going to need, because honestly, I didn't want to go back to a treasure island and be I'm so thankful for them, but I was being really lazy, and at this point I've made a lot of videos in a row, so I didn't really feel like doing that. And also Bubbles was being a pain, so I decided to push her. I actually pushed someone so much. I may have done this on camera, off camera, that they got mad at me and were storming off. But Bubbles is honestly not that bad. Luckily for me, there was a little spot I could push her in there, so I didn't have to deal with her, at least for right now. And I've actually went ahead and did a lot of the hedges all the way around, just because it's going to be a really weird rectangle, a very long rectangle. So we'll see what I can come up with. And over here, I just placed down just some trees just to kind of cover it up. I didn't want to do it on the inside just because I won't have enough room. So I just did it on the outside, and I think it looks, I don't know, really cool. I know it's a little bit backwards from what I've been doing, because typically I've been putting the trees and the fences kind of on the other side. And yeah, I did have to go buy a lot of these saplings. That has been the biggest thing I've been running out of, just because I've been using trees everywhere. Only reason because it's the only tree I'm using. I'm not using any of the normal trees, so I run out pretty quick. But while I was doing this, I did end up deciding to put them inside too, just to cover up the space more and make it look a little bit more festive. So I wanted to make sure I did that. And plus, it being an ice rink and all, I feel like it would look really good just kind of surrounding all of this. And I really just did this to make kind of a border to go off of my hedges, so I didn't mess up. I feel like 90% of my recordings have been hedges. I have placed down so many of these. I probably placed down over 300 or 400 hedges already. It's been kind of crazy. I use this item quite frequently in my other islands, but man, this one takes the cake for sure. Here I am deciding if I did want to do that or not, by putting the trees, bushes, and fences in here, and I did end up deciding doing it. But I wanted to make sure I kind of did this in a way it wasn't going to be really too off, just because it's at a weird number and it just won't match up that good. But luckily everything turned out okay. I went ahead and jumped ahead just a little bit because this is all just me planting trees. And now it begins the bushes. Again, I just kind of skipped a row each time and planted a bush just to give it kind of a different look. And plus the holly bushes are basically my flowers in this. And then the block fencing rather, of course, just to add a variety. So it's just not hedges everywhere. I feel like my fence combo during this has been great. I get to use a lot of different colors and fences that I haven't used before. This one I've used in like Japanese inspired builds before, just because it works really good like in a neighborhood. And at this point in time, I was really considering how I was going to do this, just because it's such a weird like shape. I wanted to make sure everything would fit, and it's going to be definitely a weird shape ice rink, but I think I can pull it off. It will just take a little bit of work and thought behind it. I also want to make like a little stand where you can like purchase a little ticket to go in, so like a little booth. And I don't know what else I'm going to add. Hopefully I can come up with something. At this point I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to work out, but I think I can come up with something to, I don't know, hopefully make it work. Now that I am finally done with all of the bushes and trees, I can get started with the pathing. I actually used the brick path to help cover up the snow and, I don't know, make it look a little bit more different than just having snow everywhere. But honestly, I really think that the brick path has been my favorite path this far. It's really different, and I really don't use a path like this very often. I typically use roads, so it's a nice change, and I feel like it's going to work out pretty good. But getting the shape right is what's going to matter. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to cut it off just yet, but I think just kind of cutting it off right here and then everything onward being the ice rink would work out. So we'll see if that does. I do believe it will, but filling this in first and actually coming up with an idea for like a little ticket booth. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of this off camera to try to figure out what I want, just because I want to make this build as best as I can, just because the space is really weird. And now that I finished that brick path rather, I have all this to fill in now with the ice rink. I don't think I've used it. Yeah, actually I have. I think I've used it somewhere else. I don't know. I can't remember. All these videos are kind of going together in me, and just I'm forgetting what I've done and haven't done. But yeah, so this is going to be a really long ice rink. Hopefully it looks okay. I feel like it's going to look pretty cool. So I'm definitely excited to do this. Finally finishing up the last row here. It actually looks pretty cool. I didn't know what it was going to look like, and I was just kind of imagining this build. And I don't know, I really like how it's coming along so far. I think after I place down the last path here, I'm going to go ahead and time travel to see what it looks like so I can get a better idea. And here I am in the next day, and there is a lot of trees. But I think it works and kind of covers up the area, and I don't know, I like it. And we have our creepy panda chilling in the background. He already likes it. I always pick on the pandas just because I feel like they look so silly. He looks like he's about to like mug someone. He's like in all black. Okay. But anyways, here's my little stall I was telling you guys about that I'm going to make like a little ticket booth. And I don't know, I'm going to put like little skates and stuff up here. Maybe off camera I can create kind of a, like you can put like these little blades on the end of your feet to look like ice skates. This path didn't have one, and I didn't want to look for another one to change because I really like how this looked. So maybe off camera I'll make one and then put it in the video, but we'll see. Here I am pushing him out of the way just because he would not leave, and I ended up fencing him out finally. I'm surprised he didn't get mad at me. I barely pushed one villager and they got really mad at me and stormed off. I think it was Coco, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, he's gone. Bye. And now I can finish up this build. So I'm just going to make it really cute and simple. I just wanted to add a few little things here and there, like a little bench to where you can put on your ice skates, and a pile of leaves. Now I might add these kind of everywhere, but I didn't know if it didn't fit. I really wish there was like some sort of ice leaves or something. I think that would be like a really good filler, but I mean, I guess they can act as dead leaves because of the winter. I don't know. Either way, I think it looks good, and I added a little ABD on the side so you can rent some ice skates just in case you don't have any. Odds are you probably don't. And just another little garden bench. And I really was liking this area. I feel like it was like really cute and just, I don't know, a simple little build. And that little Christmas like design on top of the stall, I really like that. And a little trash can here too, just to fill it in some more. And now over on the ice rink, I was really confused on how I could make it look better, just because it is a really weird shape. So I did decide to do a lot of like party light arches because I think it would look really pretty in the night, and I don't know, I feel like it fits it okay, and I was really happy with that. I'm glad I actually thought of that, and I think it looks really cool. It makes it kind of makes it look like it goes on forever. Like, I don't know, I really like how that looks, and it gives it some more height and color that I feel like it was needing, just rather than it being like an ice blue and the whites. It kind of breaks it all up. And I did end up scooting them up just a little bit. I wanted to make sure I spaced them out enough to where they weren't too close, and I didn't want it to feel like it was too crowded, just because you really couldn't skate that much if it was too crowded. And overall, I really like how it looks. And now that we're done, let's go ahead and do our final walkthrough. Hey, so I did decide to go ahead and make a path myself. I wanted to add some like these little ice skate things for the ice ring. I just feel like it was going to add a nice little touch, so I wanted to kind of sprinkle them out through the area just a little bit. I didn't like how everything looked right away, so I felt like this would make everything look a lot better. So I just used the ski boots on top of it. That is the wrong way. Yeah, I didn't even understand my own path for a second. But once I turn it around, it looks like little blades like on like little boots. I don't know. I feel like it works out and adds a lot. Let me know if this does in the comments. I believe it does. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. I did this off camera, just took me a few minutes, but I feel like it looks really good and matches really well. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up this video now. I am happy with it finally. And that wraps up today's video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. And that last segment I did add some of those like ice skating shoe things. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy that too. But yeah, we're on the final stretch now. We have 3 more days left. A lot of big builds in store. And if you guys don't want to miss out, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.